Blazing Baker Mayfield. We're back with just a bit offside and a Week 14 recap show. K-Dog, what's up?
Let's go.
A lot going on. Of course, every week we have predictions, so we'll tell you guys how we did this week for Week 14, starting with Thursday Night Football, and nobody thought Baker was going to go do what he did. So first of all, can I point out the fact that Panthers released him Monday.
Yeah.
He got picked up off of waivers Tuesday.
Yeah.
On a plane with a playbook.
Yeah. He downloaded it to his iPod at the airport, got on a Southwest coach, no peanuts.
To the Rams.
Yeah.
One practice.
Yeah.
One on Wednesday. Playing Thursday. He doesn't start. Wolford goes in there, right?
Yeah.
And then right away, first quarter, Baker's in there, and we're like, how is this possible? And then he just goes off like a madman. The Rams were in no way favored to win this game.
Yeah.
The Raiders were on a heater, a 3-game win streak going into this game, and Baker goes no huddle, goes down the field, making passes to people I've never even heard of. Skowronek.
Yeah.
What, he sounds like a transformer.
Yeah.
I've never heard of this guy.
Well, granted, Vegas did have the game in hand till the 4th.
Yeah, but that's what Baker took off. That's when he went crazy.
I know, that's the greatest part.
Right?
That's the best part about it.
And he's headbutting dudes. We got to show that clip.
Yeah.
He's headbutting dudes who are wearing helmets, and he doesn't have a helmet on. He is jacked up.
Yeah, he's got to stop doing that.
You might get a concussion.
Yeah.
He's fired up. He's like celebrating. It was nuts. Sean McVay was going crazy.
Yeah.
It was such a cool win. And I'm happy for Baker because I think Cleveland done him dirty.
Yeah.
The Panthers didn't know what to do with him, and he asked to be released.
Yeah.
And you know what? The Rams won the Super Bowl last year. They have no shot this year mathematically. But it's cool that, you know, because you don't know what's going on with Stafford.
Yeah,
so Baker could start next year.
Yeah, Stafford's got some spinal issues.
He has issues.
Yeah.
So Baker might be a long-term pickup for the Rams. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just looking at it. Rams are 4-9.
I don't think they're going to.
I don't think mathematically they could do it. Even if they win out, they're going to go 8-9.
I don't think that's not enough in the NFC.
I don't think so. I don't think so. No.
But
whatever.
It's like, think about it next year. Baker for the Rams. Stafford maybe retires, and Cooper Kupp's back from injury. Their defense is insane. That never stopped. Aaron Donald actually sat out this game, so everyone picked the Raiders.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we both picked.
We both picked the Raiders, and the Rams won, so we both don't get a point for that. What were Baker's stats? What was going on?
He had 230 yards, a TD, and 4 sacks.
Okay, but those sacks came earlier.
Doesn't matter. It's still 4 sacks, but.
But he played like
230
some
yards.
of those passes.
Yeah. Derek Carr only had 137 yards. I'm still not sold on.
Low.
I'm still not sold on Derek Carr.
Yeah.
Josh Jacobs did Josh Jacobs. You know, 100 yards and a TD. Devontae Adams 71 yards, no TD.
No TDs.
Without Josh Jacobs and Devontae Adams, they're basically the Houston Texans. The Rams. Cam Akers, 42 and a touchdown, and Van Jefferson had a touchdown as well. Van Jefferson. I like that guy.
And did I get the name of the Transformer guy correct?
I didn't have that written down.
Skowronek?
But that sounds
something like that?
That sounds about
There's
right.
a pass that he made to that guy where I couldn't believe this guy, never heard of, took down this pass. He like reached over, dude. You can post that clip
I saw the clip of it, yeah.
Really crazy. Yeah. Anyway, we both lost because everybody and their blind grandmother picked the Raiders to win this game.
Well, good for Baker. Let's see what happens this week.
So who do the Rams have next week?
Oh, the Packers.
Oh, your beloved Packers.
In Lambeau.
Packers need to win out.
Yeah. And then probably one more.
And probably get some
plus
help.
one.
Yeah.
They have to win all 4 games, and we're hoping they're going to give them a 5th game just because.
Just because.
Against Houston.
All right. Well, hey, Houston didn't play too bad this week.
Well, that's true. Yeah. That was
all right. So next up on my list, I have my Eagles, who moved to 12-1.
All right.
Taking on the division Giants.
Yeah.
It wasn't even close. The Eagles decimated the Giants. Everyone scored TDs. Jalen Hurts, I think it was his 10th rushing TD of the season.
It's ridiculous.
For a quarterback. By the way, when you rush for 10 TDs as a running back, you're top in the league. He's got 10 on the season as a quarterback. what were his stats? Like, we're talking MVP here, are we not?
Well,
between him and Patty?
Yeah. He's definitely in the talks. But
all right.
217 yards, 2 TDs, 4 sacks.
Oh,
but he rushed for 77 yards and a TD. But that was second to Miles Sanders.
He had
a game.
2, right?
2 TDs and 144 yards. That's a lot of rushing yards right there. So, But
all the receivers got involved. Like, it was just not even close. The Giants, who were trying to make a playoff push for a wild card, they're in a heater right now with the Commanders with the tied record. They face each other in Week 15. They're flexing that game to Sunday night because the winner possibly gets a wild card, losers out. That's basically it.
They're both rocking 7 and 5.
So honestly, I don't know.
Yeah, it was a crazy game. AJ Brown had 70 yards. TD Devontae Smith had 64 and a TD. Awesome. Giants. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think they could do it.
Yeah, like Saquon Barkley only had 28 yards. Tyrod Taylor, who came in for Daniel Jones, who I believe
he's still playing.
He got rocked.
Yeah, he got rocked.
And Tyrod Taylor came in, and he led the team in rushing with 40 yards. What is going on?
He's a rusher, though.
He's a player.
But the Giants had no chance. We're talking final score was 48 to
22.
22.
Yeah.
Just decimating the Eagles 12-1, number 1 in the NFC. I don't think they're not going to get the bye. They clinched a playoff berth. They're the first team to clinch a playoff berth this early with this many games to go.
Yeah.
So they're the only team who's clinched a playoff berth. They're most likely going to get the number 1 overall and a bye week in the first week of the playoffs for the NFC.
But will they lose again? Their last 4 games, Bears.
Okay.
Cowboys, Christmas Eve. Saints, and then a rematch with the Giants.
Okay, so they destroyed the Giants. The Saints are a joke. They're going to win. Who are they playing this week?
Bears.
The Bears. They're going to win that. So the biggest one is the Cowboys, because the Cowboys are playing really well, despite, and we'll get into their game versus the Texans. They barely won that game, but the Cowboys are playing extremely good football. So that Christmas Eve matchup, Eagles and Cowboys, I don't think it's going to affect the Eagles' spot in the division or the NFC, but it'll be interesting because this will be a preview of what could be a very big playoff game. So if the Eagles can win that out, then they run out the season 16-1.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they do lose that game. I don't blame them. I believe it's in Dallas.
Yeah.
You lose that game, but you'll have home field advantage in the playoffs as the number 1 seed.
You're still fine.
So even if you go 15-2, I don't see them not beating the Bears, Saints, and Giants.
Well, yeah, because Dallas is already 10-3.
10-3.
So they already got 3 losses, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And that's the closest team. Like 49ers are 9-4, so you're fine. Oh, Vikings are 10-3 too, though. But anyways, it doesn't matter.
Well,
if
they just lost the Lions.
Yeah, if they lose one game, which they could lose to Dallas, we'll see. But Dallas is hit and miss. We'll talk about it later. So
yeah. All right. So that was a great game, especially for my Eagles. Let's move on. I got Jets Bills.
All right, Jets Bills.
And you know what? Jets didn't play too bad.
Jets are for real.
Yeah, they have a great defense.
You got to be worried about the Jets, man, and they are fighting it out with New England right now. They're both 7-6, I believe. They're both 7-6. That's division already because the Bills won 10-3. Miami lost. Now they're 8-5. New England and the Jets are both 7-6.
Yeah, the Patriots won. Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
It's very tight. We already said in a previous bonus segment earlier this season on this channel, the 2 top divisions are the AFC East and the NFC East. All the teams are above 500. All the teams could possibly make a wild card. Right now, it's very tight in those 2 divisions. So, it's going to be a dogfight to the end.
Yeah.
And I believe Mike White got injured.
He got hit a couple times.
Is it concussion protocol? Or?
No, it was his ribs.
His ribs. I saw that.
He had that one hit that was like...
Oh, it was dirty.
But he's getting a lot of props because he came back.
He did.
Because I would have been like, see ya. Like, I'm hitting the showers and I'm gonzo.
I actually think Tony Romo was calling that game, and I remember him saying, like, that's tough, man, because you're Ribs hurt. It's hard to breathe.
Yeah.
You want to favor that like side, and he gave Mike White a lot of props.
Yeah, if that was Zach Wilson, I could only imagine they would have had to cancel the game, probably erect a statue in his honor, probably forfeit the rest of the season, and then just maybe, call it a mulligan.
He had a hangnail, and they called off practice.
But it was a bad one. It was a bad
hangnail. It's a real bad one.
And those do hurt like a bitch.
So Bills ended up winning this game. Also, we have not mentioned once who picked what game so far.
Oh, okay. Well, we did. We
both picked the Eagles.
No, I didn't pick the Eagles. Those bastards. No, I picked the Giants because I'm an idiot. Right. Anyways, this game: Bills 20, Jets 12.
Yeah.
Story of the game, though, to me, is still the Jets' defense.
Yeah, they have a really good defense.
Because the Bills average down here about 263 yards receiving a game.
Yeah.
Number 2 in the league behind the Chiefs.
Yeah.
They only had 147 in this game.
I think they held Stephon Diggs to...
Diggs only had 37 yards, no TDs.
No TDs, so
the only TD was Dawson Knox in the receiving end.
Did you see that catch?
Yeah,
by the way,
he's a beast.
We're gonna show that clip because that catch, he somersaulted over a dude.
He's a beast. That guy.
Yeah, Knox is really good.
He's probably my favorite player on the Bills.
Really?
Yep.
Not Josh Allen.
No.
Stephon Diggs.
I like Josh Allen, but I really like Dawson Knox.
Dawson Knox. I think that's your guy.
That's my guy.
All right.
Yeah. Anyways, game overall, Mike White. 268 yards, 3 sacks, some of them really nasty.
Yeah.
Flacco came in. He went 1 for 3. He had 1 yard and a sack. Solid stats for Flacco. He had a good game.
How insulting is that to Zach Wilson, right?
Yeah.
You got demoted from starter to third stringer. Mike White gets injured. Your eyes light up. And they're like, Flacco, take off your flip-flops and get in there until Mike White's back. And Zach Wilson's like,
Wilson,
come on.
Get back on the Gatorade. The shit's not going to stir itself.
They're using a mix.
All right, coach.
All right, coach.
Put down that playbook. It's got no business in your hands.
All right. Who took who in this matchup?
We both took the Bills.
Well, all right. Well, that was smart.
But the Jets played well.
They played well, and they'll make an interesting playoff push down the stretch. They did beat the Bills earlier this season.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So
it's
doable.
I said, their D really held up.
It's doable.
They even held their rushing down, too. So, I mean, the Jets are for real.
All right. Deshaun Watson, second game starter. Taking on the Bengals, it wasn't close. The Bengals are on a heater. They came off of beating the Chiefs to only be at home against the Browns, and Deshaun Watson still looks rustier than an antique trombone.
Yeah,
he ain't got the juice. He's not having it. His stats are horrible.
Oh no. I wonder what. I don't know exactly why. I think it might have something to do with the 2 years since he's played football.
He needs to shake the cobwebs off because the Browns, who were playing really good under Jacoby Brissett, have seemed to just tank down like that little guy on The Price is Right who would climb the cliff and then just plummet
and then
to
slide down. Yeah. That's Deshaun Watson.
That's Deshaun Watson. The Browns were the little guy. Deshaun Watson comes back, and then they're
the Bengals
right down the shitter.
The year started out, we all looked at the Bengals and said, what the hell's going on?
Yeah.
You guys were in the Super Bowl last year. We're like, whatever. You guys.
Yeah, they lost to the Steelers in week 1.
You guys are done. Like, we're like, whatever. And now it's like, they're gonna, I don't see, they're gonna win the division.
So
Ravens are 9-4. They're 9-4 now.
Chase is back.
Jamar Chase is back. Joe Mixon's back.
Joe Mixon had a good rushing game yesterday as well, or I should say on Sunday.
Yeah.
And it just, I don't think the Bengals are going anywhere, and the fact that the biggest competition in that division is the Ravens.
Yeah.
And Lamar Jackson is going to be back.
Yeah.
Especially for the playoffs. He had a sprain.
Yeah, but they're going to lose
the division
in the meantime.
Tyler Huntley went out with a concussion in replacement of Lamar Jackson in week 14. So I have no idea who's even going to be playing quarterback for the Ravens. But
I heard Harbaugh reached out to the Jets and said, hey, can we borrow Flacco for a couple weeks?
He said, no, we need him.
And they said, we got Wilson. And they're like, we're good.
So the Ravens could lose this division the way the Bengals are playing. As K-Dog said, it's very up for grabs because the Bengals are on a heater And who picked who in
now that
game?
they got Mixon back, I think they're going to be unstoppable.
Yeah. Did we both take the Bengals? Probably.
Let me check. Yeah, we both
we
took the
did.
Bengals. Yeah.
Okay.
It was 23-10, just so you guys know.
All right.
So,
Joe Burrow, what were some of his stats?
239 yards, 2 TDs, interception, and a sack. Nothing crazy.
Okay.
They really held Chubb and Kareem Hunt very little rushing yards.
Yeah.
Donovan People-Jones had a great game.
He had a good
114
game.
yards again. Cincinnati, Joe Mixon, he's back, 96 yards.
Yeah.
Perrine, 22 yards and a TD. Jamar Chase, 120 yards and a TD. And Trenton Irwin, 58 and a TD.
Yeah.
Good spreading the ball around. Cincinnati, I don't know, man. I think they're going to win the table.
What is the Bengals' remaining schedule?
Well, here's where it gets a little dicey.
Okay.
So the Bengals, Bucs, Patriots, Bills, and then the Ravens.
Okay. The Bills, and I mean, if Lamar Jackson's back for that last game of the season, which they might force him to if he's healthy enough, because that might decide the division.
Baltimore, they got the Browns, Falcons, Steelers, and Bengals.
So they have a way easier
schedule. So they're both 9-4 right now. That's what's helping the Ravens.
Gotcha.
Even though they don't have a quarterback right now.
Yeah.
Not a big deal. You know, but no biggie. So the Bengals schedule is not as good, but the Bengals are healthy.
Yeah.
So a healthy
they're on fire.
And they're on fire. So
we'll see how that division plays out towards the end of the season as we get deep in the nitty-gritty before playoffs here in December. Okay. Next up, I can't believe the Cowboys nearly lost
I couldn't get this game
to the Houston
DAZN.
Texans.
DAZN was this game was blocked out on DAZN for some reason.
That's weird.
Because I kept checking the scores. I'm like, Dallas was losing the entire game.
They were losing. Yeah.
It was into the fourth and they were losing to Houston. I was like, what is going on?
I can't. And Houston is the toilet, the basement. They are the #1 draft pick next year. Houston is god awful.
Yeah.
And the fact that the Cowboys have an easy game here, as an Eagles fan, I loved it. I thought for sure they were going to lose. Tony Pollard had another great game. He scored 2 TDs, if memory is correct. And Ezekiel Elliott gets the go-ahead touchdown right near the end of the game. Otherwise, the Cowboys were going to lose to the Texans. And it was in Dallas.
They say right now the only team that can beat the Dallas Cowboys is the Dallas Cowboys.
That's good.
Because they just find ways to just screw themselves. And honestly, I think the problem is Dak Prescott. He threw another 2 interceptions. So
that's not good.
He's only played in 8 games. 8 games.
Yeah,
he's got
that thumb.
Yeah. 8 games, 14 touchdowns, and 9 interceptions.
That's not good.
That's not good. That's too
not
many.
Good. But they gave him such a crazy deal when he was injured.
Yeah. Oh no.
They're stuck with him.
No, you got to run it with Dak, but he's got to stop turning it over.
I think it's just that he's inconsistent. I don't think Dak Prescott is a talented guy. I just don't think that he's consistent.
Yeah. Well, luckily they've got a great run game. So Pollard 42, 1 TD, Elliott 62 and 1 TD. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So
wait, I think Pollard caught a TD. I think he had 2 touchdowns.
No, he might have. I don't know.
But
anyways, who knows? Dallas won. They pulled it out.
Yeah. Luckily,
moved Houston to 1-11-1. They're
all ones.
They're all ones right across the board. Dallas is 10-3, right behind Philly. And who are they playing this week? I got it written down here somewhere.
The Cowboys?
Oh, they're playing the JAGS this week, which is an important game for the JAGS.
Yep. And the Jags
have to win.
Yeah, Jags could do it. The way that the Jags are more talented than the Texans. So.
Yeah, we're more talented than the Texans. Yeah. Anyways, all right, let's move on.
All right, sorry, and we
both took the Cowboys.
We both took the Cowboys.
All right.
Luckily, we snuck that out. And by the way, the spread on that game was 17 points. Yeah. So if anyone, took the Texans to cover, that was a smart play because that spread was so big.
Yeah,
17 is crazy.
Yeah,
and the Texans played well.
Yeah.
All right, next.
Yeah, I shouldn't say that. They played okay. All right,
Vikings.
We shouldn't crap on the Texans.
Well, everyone else does. It's fine.
Okay.
Vikings and Lions.
I had this one the whole way.
Going into this game, the Lions were favored. The Vikings were 10-2 going into this matchup. And everyone's like, how are the 10-2 Vikings the underdog against the Lions? And whoever created that spread, whatever Vegas knew that we didn't, they were 1,000% correct. The Lions just took care of business. They were Backman Turner overdrive.
I'm telling you, man, the Lions are for real. They lost some really close games this year, and the rookie running back. Which I can't remember his name off the top of my head right now, but he went down. They should be honestly 10-3.
Yeah,
they should be so much better than the record.
They have lost some close games. The one thing is they put up a lot of points. Like Jared Goff had a game.
Yeah, and I'm not a Goff fan, but he played well.
And Brown is a top wide receiver. Like they're doing things right. They do lose a bit, I think, on defense, but the Lions' offense is bananas. Like it wasn't even close. The Vikings. I mean, despite Jefferson putting up insane over 200 yards.
Yeah, him and Cousins went off. So Cousins had 425 yards, 2 TDs, and Jefferson had 223 yards.
That's crazy.
But no TDs on that. Yeah. So, and then Hawkinson had 77, Thielen had 65 and a TD, KJ Osborne had 38 and a TD. They spread it around well. The rushing game was dead. They had no rush going on.
And they have Dalvin Cook.
Yeah. Dalvin Cook had total rushing, they had 22 yards.
Wow.
Dalvin Cook had 23 yards. Alexander Madison came in, had -1, so knocked it back to 22. So
Is that what happened?
That's actually what happened. That's awesome.
That's gross.
But yeah, the Lions just came in and just took care of them.
What was the final score?
34-23.
Like that's not close. So the Lions took that game down. If they win out, they could get a wild card spot. It's a very tough division with the Packers trying to make a move as well, and the Vikings at 10-3. So
last 4 games for the Lions.
Yeah,
Jets, Panthers, Bears, Packers. Packers last 4 games. Rams, Dolphins in Miami. Vikings, hit and miss, and Detroit.
Those are all tough games.
They're all like it's not.
That's tough.
I don't know.
All right, you picked Detroit.
I picked Detroit.
I'm shocked. You took a flyer and it paid off. I took the Vikings.
I'm telling you, man, Detroit. Keep an eye on those guys.
Crazy.
Yeah.
All right, next up, we got to get through these games. We got Jags Titans.
Oh yeah.
And the Titans. What is wrong with the Titans? They're such a good team. Off to a great start. Derrick Henry, rushing yards, touchdowns. They have a very good defense, but they lost to the Jags. I just don't get it.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
They're hit and miss too, right? Like they should be way better.
They should be way better.
They're 7-6 now, leading division. Jags are 5-8, but the Jags could catch them.
So they're in the same division.
They're in the same division, yeah.
So it is possible the Jags could take that division away from the Titans. I believe they face each other again with the last game of the regular season.
Of the year. Yeah. Well, and the Titans play the Chargers, the Texans, Dallas, and then the Jags.
Yeah.
The Jags play the Cowboys, the Jets, the Texans, and the Titans. So,
other than the Texans, those are both tough.
Yeah, but they're both playing the Texans.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's
tough.
It could. I don't know.
It'd be very interesting if Trevor Lawrence and the Jags can make a move. All right, who picked who to win the game though?
Let me see here. I picked the Jags.
You did?
Yeah. Well, Trevor Lawrence had a game, by the way.
Son of a bitch.
First of all, Trevor Lawrence, 368 yards, 3 TDs, no sacks.
Wow.
No interceptions. Just beautiful game.
Good on you.
Tannehill, 254 yards, 2 TDs, an interception, and 4 sacks.
Okay.
So there you go.
That's all. And Tannehill, honestly, I don't know what's up with him. Yeah. I watched a couple of primetime Titans games, and they got to just stick with Derrick Henry because Tannehill can't throw. He's not playing well. I think we're just at the point where the Titans need to make a switch at quarterback. I don't know. I don't think Tannehill is the guy. He's been in the league a long time. He's been with a few teams. I think. Yeah.
I mean, Henry had 121 yards and a TD. You
got to base your offense completely around Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
How do you fake out enough defenses to make sure that Derrick Henry always gets the ball? He can catch in the backfield too. So get Derrick Henry the ball, and Tannehill's got to sharpen up.
Well, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. They're probably still going to win their division, more than likely, but then they'll get bounced out.
And this game was in Tennessee.
Yeah.
And the Titans were favored. A division leader, I don't get it, but the Jags hats off to the Jags. They played really well.
Yeah, for the Jags, though, we got to give the props to Evan Ingram.
Yeah.
He had 162 yards and 2 TDs.
Yeah, that was nice.
That was very nice.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, Ravens, Steelers. We're still in the 1 o'clock games.
Yeah.
The Steelers are favored. You and I both took the Steelers.
Nope.
No?
You actually took the Ravens.
I did. I took the Ravens?
Yeah.
I'm shocked by that because I would have 1,000% thought the Steelers would have won that game.
Yeah.
The Ravens going into it, Lamar Jackson injured, Tyler Huntley in.
Yeah.
He gets concussed.
Yeah.
So who's playing quarterback?
Anthony Brown.
Never heard of him.
Works concessions in the southwest part of the stadium.
I didn't know that.
It's almost like a Disney movie.
He played Pee Wee.
Yeah.
And
he's like, I'm in. Took his apron off and he's like, let's go. Had his cleats already on. He's already ready to go.
I have
no idea who Anthony Brown is.
I'm sure we're gonna get fans of his from like college or something, like giving us crap.
We're only
like
kidding.
we did about PJ Walker. By the way, where's he?
Yeah.
So yeah, Anthony Brown? Anthony Brown, I don't know. I'm just hoping Lamar Jackson comes back because the Ravens are a good team. They deserve to do better.
Oh, no, they need Lamar back for sure.
And they ended up pulling off this win, though.
And Pittsburgh, I didn't even watch this game because I didn't care.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming Pickett started. Pickett must have gone out.
He got hurt.
He got sacked hard. And then Trubisky came in.
Didn't he throw like a bunch of interceptions?
Yeah, just 3. Just 3.
He's horrible.
Yeah. 276 yards of TD, 3 interceptions and a sack. But just 3, though. It's better than 6.
Garbage.
You know? So
hot garbage.
There was nothing else really going on in this game except for J.K. Dobbins on Baltimore.
Yeah, he got a TD.
He's a beast. 120 yards and a TD rushing. And, of course, Gus the Bus.
He's back.
Gus the Bus with 66 yards, baby. Let's go. Pittsburgh had nothing going on. So.
I get a point, though, because I picked the Ravens.
I should have said George Pickens had 78 yards, and so did
Pickens
Deontay Johnson. Yeah, I mean, I like Pittsburgh, but, yeah, unfortunately, the Ravens got him. I don't know about the Ravens, man.
All right.
Ravens, like I said, they've got...
You need Lamar back.
The Browns, the Falcons, Steelers, and Bengals, and they're 9-4. I think the Bengals are going to catch them.
You can beat the Browns and the Falcons.
I don't even know who's going to be the starting quarterback now that they are injured reserve Mariota for the rest of the season. I don't even know who's going to be their quarterback. I don't know.
Yeah, they're resting Mariota
they're resting him.
He sucks.
No, they're resting him. They just want to get him ready for next season.
Yeah, with another team.
It's like what they do with Kawhi.
Oh,
you know, Kawhi Leonard.
Load management.
And they said, okay, that's cool. Till when? Next season.
He'll be managing the load of taking all of his equipment and putting it in the trunk of his car.
Exactly.
Because you're fired.
Because you're fired.
All right, next up, 4 o'clock games. Chiefs, Broncos. This game was closer than I thought. The Chiefs were favored by 9 on the road. It's in Denver.
Yeah.
The Broncos actually put up points, but
not till the second half. They were down 27-0 in the second.
Yeah. But the Broncos started to score, which shocked everyone.
Yeah.
Until Russell Wilson got his face hit the turf so hard.
He got rocked.
He forgot every math equation from grade 6.
Oh yeah, he got
his face hit the ground so hard when he got up there was ground in his helmet.
Yeah.
Like he looked so glassy-eyed and dazed and confused.
Yeah.
He looked like Matthew McConaughey after Bonnaroo.
Did you see the welt in his head?
Yeah. We had to show a picture of that.
It was like...
We have to pop up a picture of that.
Yeah, you got to get that looked at.
He had a goose egg on his temple. He got hit so hard. Anyway, he'll be in concussion protocol for show.
Yeah.
And the Chiefs ended up winning that game, which they should because they're the Chiefs.
I thought he wanted to come back.
And the Broncos suck.
It looked like he wanted to come back.
There's no way they were letting him.
He looked like he wasn't wearing pants at the time, and they didn't realize that he was trying to run onto the field. And they were like, Russ, you're not wearing pants, man. He's like, I'm ready to go in, coach.
He was Ricky Bobby with PTSD running onto the race car track in Talladega Nights, thinking he's on fire, but he's just in his tighty whities and his helmet.
Yeah.
That was Russell Wilson.
And Hackett almost said, let's see what he can do.
See what he can do.
Yeah. So, anyways, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't even close. I'm sure we both took the Chiefs.
Yeah, but here's the thing about the Chiefs. They were up 27-0. again, if you look at the stats, obviously, Jerick McKinnon had 112 yards, 2 TDs. Juju went
played well.
74 yards and a TD. Kelsey threw in another 71 yards and he was fooling around.
He didn't get a touchdown, which kind of shocked me.
But he was just fooling around, just having a good time.
All right.
You know, so
joking around.
But here's the thing. Mahomes went 352, 3 TDs, 3 interceptions, and 2 sacks.
It's weird for him to have that many interceptions.
It's too many interceptions, too many risky calls. Once you get into the playoffs, it's one game, man.
That's it.
You know, so you can't be messing around with this, you know?
You might not have somebody as bad as the Broncos on the other end, especially in the playoffs. So Patty's got to tighten it up.
But the funny thing is the Broncos' defense is so good, and it still didn't matter.
After dealing Bradley Chubb.
It's still Mahomes.
Yeah.
The Chiefs are beasts. That's all there is to it. But I guess they're even saying, you know, this morning about how tough it is. They're up 27-0 in the second.
Yeah.
You know, they took their foot off the gas, and then all of a sudden, and Russell Wilson had a game. Good for him.
Yeah.
You know?
Until it was bye-bye time.
But it's also, but here's the funny thing, is he also got sacked. Russell Wilson got sacked 6 times.
Yeah, it's too much.
That's too many sacks on Russell Wilson, guys. Like, come on. We know the coaching is we know there's just problems with their offense. Their offense is just garbage.
Yeah.
Maybe next year they could pull it out.
Jerry Jeudy got very visibly upset on the sideline.
Yeah.
Because he was open, and he actually put up, didn't Jerry Jeudy get 3 touchdowns?
We got to talk about that, yeah.
Jerry Jeudy got 3 touchdowns.
But the best part about that, I almost forgot about this,
Yeah.
was 3 touchdowns on only 73 yards.
Wow.
That's pretty awesome. That's pretty amazing. Yeah, so Jerry Jeudy, I mean...
He's great.
He's awesome.
And so is Cortland Sutton. So, like, it's really... They released Melvin Gordon III earlier this season. They do need a running back. They do need some help on the offensive line so Russell Wilson doesn't get sacked 6 times. And their defense is solid. So put the pieces in there, and let's see what the Denver Broncos can do with Russell next season. They're not making the playoffs this season.
No, not at 3-10. No.
All right.
So, nope.
Panthers, Seahawks.
Boom.
We both have been loving the Seahawks, loving Geno.
Yeah.
The Panthers are whatever. Sam Darnold's under center now that they released Baker and he went off for the Rams this week.
Yeah.
So the Panthers, nobody expected the Panthers to win this game. Seahawks by 3.5 at home.
Yeah.
And the Seahawks did not play good. And the Panthers won.
No. Geno went 264 yards, 3 TDs, 2 interceptions, 3 sacks.
Which honestly is not a horrible game,
horrible,
except for the interceptions and sacks. But
yeah, but with that being said, I mean, he threw for 264 yards. Sam Darnold only threw for 120.
But so how did Carolina win? Was it defense?
I believe there was 1 defensive touchdown, and they ran in 2 TDs. 3 TDs. No, 2 TDs. Ran into, and then they kicked a shitload of field goals. So there
Panthers
you go.
won.
There you go.
Not much to say. I mean, the Seahawks are going to lose their division to the 49ers. 49ers are on a heater. They can't be stopped. We'll get to them right away. But seriously, I'm sorry. Seahawks still will probably get a wild card spot because of their record.
It's going to be tight.
But you gotta win games like the Panthers.
Yeah.
You can't expect to make a wild card spot and lose to the Panthers.
Yeah.
All right.
It's going to be tight.
Who took who in that game?
We both took Seahawks.
Oh, we should have, and we lost because I don't know. They decided to lose to the Panthers.
Here's the Seahawks' next 4 games.
Okay.
Their wild card spot is hanging on by like this.
Okay.
49ers.
Well, that's awful.
That's great.
That's not good.
Chiefs.
That's even worse.
Jets.
Tough defense.
And the Rams. They could easily go 1-3 in that.
Oh, they might win 1.
Yeah.
Maybe
2.
Jets, Rams.
Jets, Rams. So 2-2. So then they'll be 9-8 to end the season. I don't think 9-8 is going to be good enough.
I don't know if 9-8 is going to cut it.
Not in the NFC. NFC is tough.
Ooh.
I don't know.
Seahawks, you better pick up the pace. All right.
I don't know.
We got Bucs 49ers. The 49ers, after beating the Dolphins in Week 13, they're at home against Tom Brady and the Bucs. Now, normally, with most of the season, it's proven to us, is that this should have just been a runaway because the Bucs have been playing like garbage.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
last week, New Orleans, Tom Brady throws 2 touchdowns with 5 minutes left, and they took away that game by a point, and you're like, Brady's back, baby.
That's what I
Playoffs
said.
are coming up.
Yeah.
Watch out, Bucs. They're going to make a move. And then they run into the 49ers, and I'm going to tell you something. That didn't work. There was no magic. There was no GOAT move. There was nothing. No. Still can't connect with Mike Evans. Still can't get anything points. Offense is struggling.
They have a 0 run game.
Zero run game. Just horrible. And the 49ers have an amazing defense, tons of weapons. We got to talk about Debo. But I think the biggest story in this game, and maybe as the 49ers in general, is Brock Purdy.
He's looking good.
Jimmy G, pretty boy, philanthropist, man about town.
Not about town.
GQ model.
Yeah.
Got injured, and Brock Purdy is in, and everyone's like, who's Brock Purdy?
Yeah.
Well, he has a nickname. I don't know if you've heard it.
I have heard it.
And it's called Mr. Irrelevant. Now, I learned, and I thought it was a personal insult.
So did I.
But it's not. He was the last player selected in that draft class.
Yeah.
So that's why that's a nickname given to every player who's the very last pick in a draft.
But I don't understand
all the rounds.
I don't understand that.
You're basically just a flyer.
But you're still getting picked.
Last.
Doesn't matter.
Out of all the drafts, all the rounds.
But you're still getting picked.
You're last. Anyway, so Mr. Irrelevant goes out there, and he should embrace that.
Yeah.
He just absolutely took control, sharp throws, game management. Brock Purdy is playing really good football.
He looks pretty good.
He looks good.
Yeah. He looks
good.
What
What are Purdy's stats?
Well, only 185 yards and 2 TDs, but still,
he threw 2 TDs.
It was a good, solid 185 yards.
I don't think he had an interception.
Nope.
He played a really good game.
McCaffrey was McCaffrey.
Oh, he's awesome.
119 yards rushing and a TD, and 34 yards receiving and a TD.
Can I ask you, is that the TSN turning point on the 49ers season?
What?
Not Jimmy G and Purdy and all that, but Christian McCaffrey at the trade deadline.
Yeah,
is that the TSN turning point for the 49ers to make a run this year?
Yeah, he got 119 yards receiving on a touchdown and 34 yards and receiving on
a rushing
TD. Yeah. Like he's a beast.
He's a beast.
He's a beast. He's I don't even know how many touchdowns he's had since he's come to the 49ers.
A lot.
But that's it.
A lot.
But they were already good before with Ayuk, Debo, everybody. I mean, they're beasts.
So we should say Debo and Kittle. George Kittle.
We all forget about Kittle.
Best tight ends in football.
Yeah.
All right. We should mention this because it's very important. Debo did leave the game, but I don't think it's season-ending injury.
No, they say he'll be back.
Just a sprain, I think. So he will be back, which they need. If Debo's healthy, then you're like you said, Ayuk, McCaffrey, Kittle, Purdy, and that defense with Bosa. Look out. I'm scared.
You should be.
I'm scared. As nothing scares me as an Eagles fan.
Yeah.
I've seen it all. The only thing that scares me is Kaiser Soze.
Nice.
And that's the 49ers.
Yeah.
That was a direct quote from
the usual suspects.
The usual suspects. The only thing I'm afraid of is the 49ers.
Yeah. As a Packers fan, the 49ers don't scare us at all. We're not even worried about them. They're in our rear view mirror.
Because you guys won't make the playoffs?
Pretty much.
All right.
Yeah,
the 49ers scare me. The only advantage, again, that the Eagles have going into the playoffs, they most likely will have home field throughout. So that is really the only advantage they're going to have because the 49ers are a monster. All right. We have to move on.
I got to tell you, you're going to have some problems with that. Yeah.
Sunday Night Football, Dolphins, Chargers. Oh, by the way, who picked?
I took the Bucs.
I took the 49ers.
Yes.
Point.
Yeah.
Game, set, match.
Noted.
Sunday Night Football was a great game. AFC matchup here. Yep. Both fighting for a playoff spot. Chargers, Dolphins. The Chargers were a 3-point underdog to the Dolphins on the road after the Dolphins lost to the 49ers so bad last week.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if that spread was fair.
Yeah.
And the Chargers took care of business.
23-17.
Yeah. Dolphins, the one cool thing I can say about the Dolphins was there was a loose ball scramble. It was like a rugby scrum match. We're going to show the clip as well. And there was a big pile on. The ball was loose, and an offensive lineman scooped the ball out right into Tyreek Hill's hands. I'd never seen anything like that. And Tyreek is the fastest man alive and runs in for a touchdown. So the Dolphins, if that's one of your 17 points, that weird sequence of a touch, you didn't have a lot of offense going on.
The Dolphins looked not great. Like this is 2 in a row. They dropped to 8-5. This division is you can't be losing these games.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, granted, the Chargers are a great team.
The Chargers are good, and they're making a playoff push now.
But now you're 8-5. Patriots and the Jets are both 7-6. I mean, they are
Dolphins need to win games.
So 2 had 145 yards, a TD, and 2 sacks. Herbert went for 367 yards, a TD, but he got sacked 4 times. That's not cool. I mean, the Chargers had a good game. Eckler had 59 yards receiving, 45 rushing. Mike Williams had 116 yards and a TD. Keenan Allen had 92.
Eckler had a TD.
Yeah, Chargers are looking good. I mean, but...
I like the Chargers. I like Herbert. They need to keep winning games if they want to make the playoffs, and same with the Dolphins. I'm sorry, Pal Marino, but you can't lose games like this. You lost back-to-back. You're not going to win the division. Now you're fighting for a wild card spot in a very tough division, the AFC East. So.
Well, and Miami plays the Bills on Saturday night in Buffalo. It's going to be minus 41 with the wind chill.
Celsius.
Then they play the Packers. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
And then New England and the Jets. Those last 2 games of the season are gonna. That's for all the marbles.
You win those.
That's all the marbles.
If you win those, you're in.
You're in. But you got to win both those.
You got to win both those games, Dolphins. Yeah. All right. Last but not least, Monday Night Football.
Oh wait, I took the Chargers. You took the Dolphins.
I apologize. I took the Dolphins.
Eat it.
I should have taken the Chargers.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, last but not least, Monday Night Football saw the Patriots, Bill Belichick, taking care of business on the road against the Cardinals, and Kyler Murray goes out early.
Yeah.
Is he done for the season?
I haven't heard yet. Someone said they thought it was his ACL, but this sucks, though. It doesn't matter. Arizona's still, they're 4-9. They're not going to make the playoffs.
They're not going to make the playoffs, but it still
sucks.
hurts for the Cardinals, especially having DeAndre Hopkins back and playing really well, and James Conner making a bit of a resurgence because his season started off like garbage.
Yeah, he had a great game.
So he had a good game, but the Patriots, they were killing it on defense. I don't think Mac Jones played very well.
Not really.
And also it should be noted that Stevenson, running back for the Patriots, who's had a great season, he went out with some sort of weird injury, tried to come back in, but couldn't do it. So hopefully he's healthy for that push for the Patriots to get a wild card spot down towards the end. And a kid named Harris stepped in.
Kevin Harris.
Kevin Harris.
And he had a TD.
And he did.
26 yards and a TD.
I think he's a rookie. Yeah.
Colt McCoy.
He came in for the Cardinals?
Colt
McCoy.
I like that name.
He had a cowboy show in the 40s.
Colt McCoy.
Colt McCoy.
Yeah.
He should do a 6-shooter thing every time he throws a touchdown.
He should.
Colt McCoy.
He doesn't throw a lot of those, though.
Sorry. That's true. What were some of the stats?
Colt McCoy didn't get the guns out of the holster. He went for 246 yards and 6 sacks.
Oh, 6?
So he got sacked 6 times.
Yeah,
he didn't sack somebody else.
His 6-shooter was actually a 6 sacks.
I feel like 6 sacks is too many.
That's 6 too many.
Too many. Mac Jones, again, not a great game.
I don't think Mac Jones is all he's cracked up to.
Well, he just doesn't. He never gets receiving touchdowns. They're always rushing touchdowns. And again, this game is the same. 235 yards, no TDs and an interception. Yeah. The TDs all came from rushing TDs.
And a defensive. And to put away the game, I did see they got a defensive touchdown. I watched that.
Yeah, there was a defensive touchdown.
So that we really don't need to talk more about this game because it was, I mean, other than the Patriots winning and have a really good shot at a wild card spot.
Yeah.
Otherwise, this game was pretty irrelevant. Who picked who in that
Problem
game?
is the New England's schedule. This is where it gets tough too because we just talked about them. They're 7-6.
Yeah,
they're fighting it out for the wild card. Their last 4 games: Raiders, Bengals, Dolphins, Bills.
Those are all.
That's got to be the worst schedule.
That's really tough.
Possible. Like
that's really bad.
That's a horrible. New England. Belichick's going like, really,
guys,
like. That's not cool, man. So
they could be the Raiders. The Raiders just lost to Baker Mayfield and the Rams. It's possible, but you need to win at least 2, if not 3 of those games, especially the ones, the last one against Dolphins are.
No, last one's against the Bills.
Oh, it's Dolphins then Bills?
Yeah. They might win that one against the Bills because by then the Bills will probably be resting everybody. You know,
it's
so
possible.
Yeah.
All right, who picked 2 in that game? Sorry.
I took the Cardinals.
You took the Cardinals, so I get a point.
Yeah.
The team's on a bye. It was the last week for byes. Colts, Saints, Falcons, Bears, Packers, and Commanders. There was a lot of bye weeks. There are no more bye weeks. In fact, going into week 15, we're going to get our Saturday games. We're going to predict all of those for you guys in our upcoming week 15 prediction show. Also coming up on our prediction show, we will talk fantasy football in our League versus Fans. It was the last week of the regular season. We had a win. Playoffs are coming up for fantasy, so I can't wait to talk about that. We'll do that on our prediction show, talk about all the exciting games for week 15. Very excited because December, so many playoff, obviously, implications.
Yeah.
But then we've got games on Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So much fun. And for this, though, how did we do prediction-wise? I was up 9.
You 8, me 7.
I got 1. 1 on ya.
Yeah.
All right, so I move up to a 10-point lead in our season-long predictions. You'll have to make up some ground on week 15.
All right.
So make sure you tune in to our prediction show coming up before Thursday Night Football kicks off here on our channel. Follow at Just a Bit Offside on Instagram as well for more bonus content. Until next time, I'm Fish.
Get up.
We'll see you guys again soon.
Peace.